everyone. I'm Charlie Romer, your MC, and boy, it sure seems like this is a great PGA show week. I sense more excitement here on the showroom floor and what we've been able to do with GBC this week than I have in many, many years. Hope you guys are all having a great week. Welcome to the Golf Business Conference closing luncheon. Before we get into our awards, we want to acknowledge our Golf is a Vehicle for Good series. To discuss the Oklahoma Golf Trail, please welcome to the stage Senior Director of Membership, Rachel Carter, Senior Director of Advocacy, Ronnie Miles, and the current Lieutenant Governor of Oklahoma, Matt Pinnell.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome, Lieutenant Governor, to Golf Business Conference.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
The NGCOA Golf for Good series is a feature we wanted to talk with you today because you've been doing a lot of good for golf in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And we look forward to hearing about it. As a trade association, one of the things that we try to equip our members with is tools and resources for communicating to their elected officials the value of their business.
Sure.
But in Oklahoma, you've sort of flipped the script a little bit, and the State House went out and sought out the golf courses. So
right.
Will you tell us about the Oklahoma Golf Trail?
Sure, yeah. You know, it's funny, I was telling the Alabama Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, hey, how did, when we were sitting next to each other, and how did this come about? It actually came about through fishing. When I was running for Lieutenant Governor, I ran on a platform of tourism. I truly believe tourism is the front door to economic development. That is the love language of your legislators, by the way. You need to use that line. And we have very diverse fishing in Oklahoma. You can catch over 200 different species of fish, which is crazy to think about. And so I created the Oklahoma Fishing Trail first in about 2019. And I had a number of legislators come to me that were really into golf that said, hey, you created this fishing trail and a bunch of people are coming here spending a lot of money. Why are we not creating a golf trail? I had already started talking about it because of what Alabama has done so well. Arkansas also has a golf trail, drive through there all the time. I said, yeah, it's time for us in Oklahoma to get our act together to promote all the amazing diverse courses that we have, certainly Perry Maxwell courses that many in this room probably know. But we have 12 different ecosystems in the state of Oklahoma. Most people don't think that when they think Oklahoma. So the branding here of changing the perceptions of our state was also a big reason why we created this golf trail.
Interesting.
When you were building your planning, obviously golf was one element of it, but if it's for tourism, how did you connect with the lodging community?
Yeah, so the big storyline in Oklahoma over the last 10, really to 20 years is really the Native American experience in the state. So we passed Class 3 gaming in Oklahoma about 20 years ago. We have 39 sovereign nations in one state, in Oklahoma, which is remarkable. So 39 Indian tribes. They're very wealthy today. They have a lot of amazing lodging opportunities across the state of Oklahoma. So we started with our tribes. And so it's a really exciting opportunity for the golf trail in Oklahoma is to partner with these Vegas level good casinos that we have now in the state of Oklahoma. They are that good. And they're building golf courses now, Chickasaws, Choctaws, Cherokees. It's going to be one of the reasons that I think this golf trail is really going to pop in a few years is those stay and play opportunities that we are building. Yes, there's other lodging opportunities as well. We hope that 10 years down the road that we are luring hoteliers that want to be building new hotels alongside this trail. That certainly we would love nothing more than to be having those conversations down the road.
How many do you have? How many courses are currently involved, and do you plan on expanding that?
Yeah, we do. And if you want to kind of put up that slide, that first slide that kind of shows you a part of the state, we actually just added another course down in southeastern Oklahoma. So we have 18 golf courses right now. The legislation that we created through the Oklahoma legislature put golf commissioners in place. We named commissioners, and then we went across the state and picked which courses were going to be on the trail. We had a lot of courses come to us that have, pretty much every week I get a phone call from a golf course that wants on the trail. And again, if it's not meeting a criteria, which I know we're going to get into that a little bit, that's really where I would love the help of this association of continuing to build out what that criteria looks like. But that's kind of where it started, is we went to courses that we knew we wanted to be on this trail. By the way, we have some private courses on this trail that have said, hey, we love this so much. If you can fill up a few open tee sheets for us on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon, sign us up. We're good on the weekends, but if your pitch is you can get middle of the week tee times, we'll open up a few spots for you. So that's been exciting as well. There's been a bunch of people that have never been able to play some of these private courses that are able to do it now because they're on the Oklahoma Golf Trail.
Fantastic. Well, when we look out into this audience, Lieutenant Governor, these are owners and operators that we're always trying to support, again, for them to go back and create relationships with their local officials. What advice do you have for anyone in this room to get the ear of their local representative?
Yeah, if you don't know your state rep or your state senator, that's where you got to start. And if they're not taking your phone calls, that may mean you have the wrong state rep or state senator. I'm pretty blunt about that. I mean, if you're operating an attraction in a town that is creating sales tax for that state rep or state senator and they don't return your phone call, then I don't think they have their priorities straight at their state capital. The good news is that, again, I've been on this soapbox for a few years now, and most of our state reps and state senators understand that we've got to create sales tax. In Oklahoma, we're about the most sales tax dependent state in the entire country. We live or die on sales tax in Oklahoma. So to pay for police and fire departments in any town in Oklahoma, whether it's a small town or a big town, you got to create sales tax. That means people playing more golf. So it's maybe an easier sell for me than maybe some of you, but I would tell you it shouldn't be. You know, you are creating an opportunity to change perceptions in your town. You're drawing people into your town to spend money and then they go home. Your legislators should want to have a conversation with you, but you're going to have to be proactive. We go into session in February and we're out in May. We are drinking water out of a fire hose for about 5 months out of the year. Your legislators are doing the same thing. So you're probably right now at a perfect time when you get home from this convention before they get into legislative session to pick up the phone and call them. Because once they're down at their state capital, it's very difficult when they come home, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, to get them to your golf course. But establish that relationship. You know, have them do their annual fundraiser. You know, they all raise money all the time, I assure you. You know, tell them they should be doing a golf fundraiser at your golf course. That will start a very fruitful relationship with the appropriators in your state, because that's what they do. They appropriate money. They give more money to, you know, the Alabama Department of Tourism, for instance. That has to be a partnership in your state. It starts with you picking up the phone call with a phone and calling your state rep and state senator.
Fantastic.
Good. And I was just going to ask, obviously, as an elected official, you will have your tenure is coming up, and
yeah.
So the energy and the excitement that you put into this program, what do you see the sustainment? How is it going to be sustained with leaders, the next leadership?
Sure. Well, it starts with those flag sticks on that. If they like the Oklahoma Golf Trail, if they see value in it, I assure you they are going to go to the next lieutenant governor and say, hey, Pinnell created this trail. It's working really well. I'm going to vote for you. I'm going to support you if you carry on that message. Yeah. And so it really is going to be driven by the golf community itself. They do see value in it. Each one of these courses, there is, we get private donations from those courses, a very small amount, but that helps us advertise this trail. We have an agency on record that we hired that is doing a lot of advertising that helped us build a golf app as well. If you want to go to that second slide, we just launched an app where you can book, again, all these tee times. That took a very long time to do, to get, as you can imagine, 18 different golf courses on 18 different software systems, but we were able to pull it off. It's going to be the golf owners themselves. It's going to be those superintendents at those golf courses telling the next lieutenant governor, telling the next governor, hey, we want to keep this train going. This is good for the state. It's good for me. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, in closing, again, we have a room full of golf course owners and operators here. So What can the association, now that we've welcomed all 18 courses on the Oklahoma Golf Trail to the NGCOA, what can this room help with the next phase?
You know, the 8 or 9 golf commissioners, and Lou's over here sitting with me in Oklahoma, he's one of our commissioners. You know, we are certainly looking for best practices when it comes to those guidelines. If we're going to invite anybody to the state of Oklahoma to spend their money on one of these golf courses, they better be in great shape. They better have the customer service that we are demanding to be on the Oklahoma Golf Trail. So we're always looking for best practices there. As far as what guidelines, what would you recommend to us to make sure that's in our guidelines when we have somebody call us, say, hey, we want you to come look at our golf course. If they don't check those boxes, they're not going to be able to be on the Oklahoma Golf Trail. So that's one of the ways. I would say from a fundraising perspective as well, you know, it may not shock you that we passed legislation, but we didn't appropriate money to create it. Imagine that politicians would do that, right? So it was my responsibility to hustle around the state and go raise private money for this. So a lot of the golf courses, yes, stepped up. But again, our sovereign nations, our tribes really stepped up to help bankroll getting this launched. So again, that's an advantage that we have in Oklahoma with these very wealthy tribes. So from a fundraising perspective as well, I would say, listen, is there ideas that I don't have all the answers. I'm just giving you a little bit of my feedback from, you know, from the politician, from the elected official side of things. That would also be very helpful. Is, you know, how are you operating your systems? What new best practices? I mean, gosh, just walking around the floor out here at the PGA show, I've been able to talk to some new vendors about some new products that I think we're going to be able to pull into our advertising efforts that we have with the trail. So, you know, from a fundraising perspective and in those guidelines, would love to talk to anybody in this room moving forward on how to make our trail better. And listen, I know that's why Alabama and Arkansas and all, you know, Louisiana, all these other states that have trails, they should want to be here too. This has been so good for me to develop these relationships with you all, and we look forward to continuing to foster that relationship.
Fantastic. Well, Lieutenant Governor and the Oklahoma Golf Trail, welcome to the NGCOA, and thank you for all the good that you're doing for golf in Oklahoma.
Thank you so much. Come to Oklahoma. Come to Oklahoma.